Hi, I'm Chris Mecklenburg, founder of All Out Adventures, with another episode of Adventure at Home. What to do during the lockdown. Normally, adventuring is getting away from the home, traveling, challenging yourself, going to a place that's not home. But we're home, and so are you. And we're going to do another episode constructing and learning how to walk on your own slack line. So this is a great opportunity to develop balance in all areas of your life, mentally, physically, spiritually, within your relationships, and being able to utilize equipment that you can find around the house. So it's an adventure in itself in building the slackline. So we're back to look at some of the materials that you're going to need, some webbing or some rope. You can use truck ratchets, tie downs for motorbikes. There's lots of different things around the house. If you're a canoeing family, you'll have lots of tie downs. You can use those. And my son, who's just got into this, we've used some webbing, truck ratchets, and he then was getting into it. And then, as the universe happens to have, a friend, cousin, brought him a professional one, which has an eye on the end and a ratchet made by the Gibbon Company. But what most people will have around is these tie downs. So we're just going to cut off those. This is a hot knife, by the way. So at All Out Adventures, one of the tools we use to build. Sorted out, you want to have at least 4 meters of tape, webbing, so that you can make a sling. Okay, cut that off. And now for the water knot or the tape knot. Make sure you bring it all around, and it's so simple. You could Google any of the 3 or 4 knots that I'm going to be working with to get a better detail, but we're just going to go through it real quick. You'll just make an overhand knot and then just follow that all the way around and back on itself. Makes it very strong. Climbers use this in the alpine industry. And there you have it. So once you've got that sling, you can pretty much go around anything. And then from where you've cut off of the ratchet, you're going to take close to the knot, so the knot doesn't really get involved with the rest of the thing, and feed it around the pin. Leave a little bit here and right through. There you have it. So that's basically just choking it on. We'll be choking around trees just now as the anchor point. Okay, so we're back with a very long sling, which gives us the ability to rig around a tree or a fence post or a veranda pole, whatever the case may be. And in this case, we got a nice big oak tree, and we're just gonna swing around there and come through. So the idea here is to make a bit of a V on the webbing so that the ratchet part's facing down, so the weight, it keeps it nice and free. And now we're just going to thread the walking line through the bottom of the ratchet and through the top, so that when you crank it, it tensions it up. Okay. So you want to pull as much slack out of the line as possible before you actually start to ratchet it. That is so that we're going to stretch on this side and we're going to pull nice and tight on the other side. So remember that these weight at the bottom. We haven't used such a thin line before, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, so this is a 1-inch line, and we're just assisting Jude. And you can see it's nice and low to the ground, nice and safe. There's our tree on the one end, our veranda post on the other, and it's perfect. Weight forward. That's good, Jude. Awesome. Your posture is pretty good, it's going to make it much better. And if you have good posture, you're probably going to learn slacklining much quicker. If you've got a good core, you're going to learn quicker. If you don't have a good core, it's perfect because it'll give you the good core. It's an immediate feedback. You get on this line, it's going to wobble all over the place, and you have nothing to do but to like counterbalance each of the wobbles and hold yourself steady and centered. Mentally, if you're not that focused, this is one of the greatest sports for you because it causes you to focus, because it's going to give you immediate feedback and you're going to wind up on your butt quick. And when you're very focused, you're going to learn quicker and you'll be able to master it. And there's this experience of the presence of now, or being in the moment, that you will achieve, that I think is probably what's so addictive or captivating about this sport to begin with. People can't really, the day is filled up with distractions as it is, but when you're on the line, you're going to be here now because you're focused on where you're going. There's nothing else. Everything else leaves your mind. So mentally, it has a refreshing, meditative experience about walking on the line. Rehabilitation, myself, I'm getting over a knee injury, and I found it to be one of the best exercises that I've done because it's wobbly. Now, of course, I go on a very low line like this one, so that I use spotters, and I've even set it up under where a couple of the trapezes are so that I can actually hold on to them and use them to balance as I go. But it enhances your rehabilitation of your joints. It gives you a better core, so it's helping my back, my knees, my shoulders, all of my injury points. You can see he's focused right at the end. And let's see how he goes. Let's see if he can walk without the assistance. There we go, keeping focused. You can see that his core is neutralizing the wobbling of the line.
Slap my leg, it's so hard. Too close to the things that are moving.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's not as easy as it looks. Torin and Nick's 25 meter slack line over the bottom dam at Montousi. It's so much fun. Guys, if you're stuck and you're looking, wanting to get your line up, give us a call, book a session, and we'll be happy to help you out. Tune in later this week to see if Torin makes it across.